Yes.
Well,
I
the other
am
way
a
round.
cheerful heretic like Blake.
Yes.
Yes. So anyway. Question? My name was Klaus at Nicholas at that time. I want to speak to you. So, okay. Well, he said, you know, I heard you talking down there, you know, and I don't want to repeat any of it, but you know, that awful Berlin slang. Oh, I said, yes, what's wrong with it? We don't speak that language. Afterwards I found, yes, taxi drivers and prostitutes in particular spoke it in Berlin. One part of Berlin, not the more decent part, the part I liked. Yeah. As long as you know that you don't know what you're teaching. You don't know what you're teaching. You're not teaching anything you know. What you are teaching, if you're teaching anything, is the confidence in the other, in what happens in here, the confidence of the other in being able to articulate that, express that, whether in dance, in poetry, in music, it doesn't matter, in painting, irrelevant, but that in some way it can be expressed and communicated. And it's not anything very definite. It's not what you can define. It's not. It's beyond all that. Beyond all that. Going back to one of my own earliest poems, life is suffering, it passes away. Joy is eternal, newborn each day. And my grandmother, somewhat dithery, older woman, walked and then walked back and walked straight into the arms of the German guards, who took her to concentration camp, and she was murdered within days. Yeah. Only good Jew is a dead Jew, you know.
Post-war. Mere writer's block? Perhaps there is no more to say. No words after the Holocaust, mere words could cope. Many of us were forced to suffocate the need we knew before to pour experience into words, proclaim the little bit of truth we come to see, to share with others the lucidity we thought we'd gained. Nothing is now the same. There is a desperate need to know the pain millions of people suffered everywhere, year in, year out, because we do not dare to see their suffering, feel ourselves again in insufferable horrors done to others, quite ordinary people, children, mothers.
Art today, whether that is poetry or novels or music or painting, is meaningless. There is an awful lot of art being created today which means nothing, which to me is nothing. And it's worse than that. The critics even praise artists for not saying anything, for making no definite statement, for being so vague and elusive and meaningless. And to me, that is anathema, that is nonsense, that destroys art and applies to all arts. Botticelli's Venus and the figure of truth in his calumny of Apelles. Botticelli's Venus, everybody knows that painting, eh? Beautiful. Fair Aphrodite, gliding on your shell, Your weightless, wind-blown pallor veils the sun. Sight failed and senses reeled when I'd done. I know your birth, your secret all too well. Savonarola needed not to preach. I made that cloak to hide you from my sight, to break the charm and dim the blinding light. Being my seed, you are my lifeblood's leech. When from my bleeding loins you sprang, I woke and woke to curse the trance that gave you birth, and tore my tenuous bond with this fair earth. My harsh brush edging truth that beauty broke. You left me melancholy dreams, and this actual heaven and earth now dark abyss. No, I am immensely grateful that it developed and that I'm part of it.
Yes.
Yes. Whatever its limitations, whatever its dissatisfaction, whatever the threat of death and destruction, no, I am very grateful.